My people are so hungry that they attack without reason, like a dog ripping off the hand that feeds him. A mortal technique is treason to the Patriot Act, so come and get me, because I'm not coming back. This is the point of no return, man. Nobody can stop it. Malcolm Little, when he knelt before Elijah Muhammad, the comet that killed the dinosaurs, changing the earth. They love to criticize. They always say, I'll change for the worse, like prescription pills when you're misusing them. And the Templar Knights, when they took Jerusalem to figure out what was buried under Solomon's temple, Al-Aqsa. The name is not coincidental. I know so much the government already murdered me. No coming back, like cutting your wrists open vertically. How could the serpent be purposely put in charge of the country? Genetic engineered sickness spread amongst me. My people are so hungry that they attack without reason, like a dog ripping off the hand that feeds him. A mortal technique is treason to the Patriot Act. So come and get me, because I'm not coming back. Yo, what's up, everybody? Yo. This is our second week. Oh, man, I'm excited. Second week doing freestyle raps. I want to start off by reading something to you. Let me go get it real quick. This is us in a nutshell. 1 second. Check this out. It's on page like 152, I think. 156. This book has changed my life. What counts is not the number of times you meditate, not when you do it, not how well you follow the form, not how hard you concentrate. It is a degree of concentration, which means the length of focus free of doubts. If you meditate on what you want every morning for 20 minutes and spend 16 hours doubting that you can get it, your results are going to be disappointing. And if you focus on getting a good job for 5 minutes every night, but then you don't give it another practical thought during the day, your chances of getting that job are pretty slim. The mistake I've made with rapping, and where we're going to get better going forward, is I get so prepared for the 9:30 live stream, which is awesome. I mean, this is the episode 6, really the 7th episode. And this is going to be the second week doing it 6 nights in a row. That's unheard of for me. This is beautiful. It is a beautiful experience. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the one person watching right now. The one person, my roommate was asking me, like, how many people are watching? I said, I think the highest so far has been 3 people at once. Oh, but you don't see me getting discouraged. You don't see me getting sad. Yeah, I still got a big smile on my face. The mistake I've made in the past with this is I will get so focused on the rap. So now I'm rapping for an hour, and then I rap for an hour before that to get ready. So it's 2 hours a day. But then the other 22 hours a day that I'm not sleeping, and even in my sleep, I'm not thinking about rap. I'm just trying to think about everything else in the world. And that is the issue. When I'm walking down the street, yeah, I put in my 2 hours today, my 4 hours today, cool. But when I'm walking down the street, I still need to be rapping. If I'm not rapping, I need to be rhyming in my head. Logitech, just like we did on the rhyme juggling, break it down. Logitech, okay, mosaic. Laja, Paja, Haj, Paj, Taj, Paj, Raj, Mahal, Lodge, Tech. Logitech, they can hardly inspect the fog you left. Logitech, the fog you left. There you go. Mosaic rhyme. Split rhyme, money rhyme. Cool. That's what I haven't been doing. That's how we're going to get better going forward. Also, shout out to Busy Works Beats. Shout out to you, man. Watched his videos a lot when I started producing, and I was YouTubing like how to make Anderson .Paak style music, And he was the only guy that came up. Only dude that's making Anderson .Paak style tutorials. And I clicked on BusyWorks Beats, and he's just talking about the very first thing I identified as my competitive advantage as a producer, and that's dynamics. When I started making beats, all I did was I had FL Studio, I opened up FPC, I took a drum, a kick, a snare, and a hi-hat. Just those three. And I laid out a 4-bar pattern, and I made it incredibly dynamic. I mean, imagine the hi-hat running 16ths, and then you're hitting an accent on the 1, the and the E of 2. Da, 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 da. And then the kick drum doing the same thing. And I remember showing the beats to my friends. I mean, my chords, terrible. My melodies, terrible. My arrangement, terrible. Layers, terrible. My ability to finish, terrible. But when I showed that to my friends, every single beat I made, they said, your percussion is on point. Your drums are hot. Your drums are fire. They're kicking, bro. Why? Because I started with dynamics. That was all I knew as a drummer. All I knew as a drummer is in college, me practicing on the snare pad. And my roommate Colin was like, taps, man, watch your taps. Your taps are too high. I mean, if I had my taps, we're running bucks. Some people call them bucks. Some people call them 8s. I mean, even now I have like PTSD from demonstrating to you. The taps got to be so low. And I forgot that. Because I got into maybe a year ago, I started focusing on sample-based production, started doing sampling, TrackLib, awesome platform, used the MPC. I've bought the MPC, sold it, bought it, sold it, bought it, sold it. I think this is my 3rd time buying it now. And I use it all the time for everything. Sometimes I'll go into Ableton if I'm feeling frisky. I like to make sounds in Ableton, sound design. That's a huge other conversation. Tonight was the first night I went back to the FL Studio, and I said, I'm going to do it the way I did it from day one. I'm going to do it the way I did it from day one because that was my competitive advantage. Instantly, that's what set me apart from every single person making hip-hop beats. Every single person, that set me apart. Dynamic percussion, truly dynamic percussion. I'm not talking about a small range. I mean a massive range. So anyways, getting back to that, there's a lot we can add going forward. And to this point, you always got to be thinking about it. Rap, I always have to be rapping. That's the only way I'm going to get good. And that's the point of all of this, right? To prove the power of practice and also just to do something fun. So like 9:30 at night, we can just sit here and rap like we're sitting in the car, freestyling, shooting the shit, hanging out. That's the point of it. So with that being said, let's get right into this. Here's what we're working with today. We're going to start with the training wheels rap, object writing, slow metronome rap, rhyme juggle, training wheels rap part 2, acapella, whiteboarding, and then improv rap. Okay, so training wheels rap. Let's hit the rhyme zone. Cool. And another thing going forward too. Another thing going forward too is just to prepare more instrumentals so that way we're ready to go. Social media, I think YouTube, instrumentals, cool. That's kind of annoying. Yeah, let's start with trap bells. Just why not? I'd like to ideally build this folder up so it's gonna be 30 songs, 40 songs, 50 songs. All right, let's get right into it. Yeah. Microphone check, test, yeah. Training wheels. Wow, it actually splits for us. Cool. Training wheels. Yeah. Training wheels. Yeah. I'm riding on these training wheels. with the training needs on retaining walls, containing these spinning wheels. Real estate every day, making deals, attaining these. Cheddar cheese, the remaining cheese stuck like the fields, containing genes that they thought they lost. Over time, generations tossed, training teams, abrasive wheels. I'm taking meals, no more lunchtime, commission life. Remaining leaves on the remaining walls, containing seeds of remaining scenes. Tarantino, last night, watching Kill Bill. I'm running wheels while y'all are trying to kill deals, containing steals like dill pickles. Remaining weeks, I flip it quick like a nickel. Planning mills, making wheels, windmills. Everyday windmill and good energy, containing wheat like the Wheaties on the cereal box. I'm rapping so much, call it a lot. Training was making these, taking these, changing needs, ever-changing needs on the playing fields and the training schemes. Remaining ones containing cells on the grinded deals. I feel so stressed when I rap on the face. I gotta relax it so I know what to say. Like a true DJ is not tense in the shoulders, or a drummer as they get older. They realize that the mastery comes from relaxation. It's like the art of a conversation. You don't want to be nervous and stuttered, and you do stick to the script, but it ain't always like butter. Sometimes things get rocky and go off edge, and you gotta never lose your head. When you're in that situation, just know how to handle it with a pretense and an experience you can rely back on. I got my own song speaking like Psalm. Oh jeez. Psalm. I'm about to get kicked out of Christianity for misspelling that one. Put me in Islam. Huh. Yeah. Psalm. Psalm. Like peace after the war in Vietnam. A username? Username? How do they suggest you pronounce that? The underarm. So sweaty it's reinstalled like a computer. Rhyming through these hoops, they get redissolved. Chasing down through the hills like Saddam. A plum, great coolness and composure. I feel as I'm getting older, Mr. Mosier, with the big strong calves building buildings up. Look at how they laugh on a graph, giraffe with a long neck, battling they graph. And a graph penny, ten of grass. Islam is another alarm for all these closed-minded fools getting smacked by forearms. Asa salam, disarm any confrontation with peace. What's the part? Starting with hearts. Involve the way that they try to resolve the conflict, dissolve. Apartments. That's what we do in real estate, ain't it? Evolve from last summer to the next. Revolve like I got more in the chamber, convinced. I don't flex with anything besides purpose. I don't flex with anything besides persistence and practice. Forestalled and I alarmed with all these enemies. Yes. With all of these enemies, I put you in the best building with amenities. Real estate, sniped out like the Kennedys. End up black and white colored on a documentary. The Genovese are going back to these old predictions, then hurried. The remedies and extremities, focused on one day the future in the 70s. I'll be 70s in the 70s. My age goes with the decade. It follows quick like that. In Lebanese, they make the best snacks with hummus. I'm becoming a hummus addict, if you can believe it. Getting me a little fat, but I'll slowly cut red meat out the diet. I'll slowly start to be less defiant with my food program and stick to the deal. Cause my cheat days are putting me down over the heels. 7,000 calories easy. Like I'm drinking in a big easy. It's going straight to the stomach. That's costing too much gym time. I don't want to live in that design. Might as well stretch my spine cause those abs aren't coming that way. Change my mindset. Focus like I got a white screen focusing around me. On my own team. Protection. My voice inflection becomes stronger when I push from the diaphragm. Instead of screaming, I know where I'm lying, man. Yo, cool. All right. The object writing. Trap bells, hey, hey, hey. That one makes me think of Dumbo. Not Dumbo Park, Dumbo like the elephant. All right. Bless you. All right. Cool. All right, let's do some object writing now. If we can get that meditation music going. Cool. Perfect. All right. Let's rock. Purpose. To activate sense imagery. To activate imagery. Sentences not important. Tightness in my chest as the burp usurps my talking points. It's not a bad opener. Residential calmness. Renews its lease like a whoops, forgot touch, taste, sight, smell, sound, internal, external. Soft piano keys, soft piano keys, moving emotions like swift a verb? Or do you have to be swift? Swift through? Can you swift through something? Cool. Yeah, some things I thought were nice. Again, a metaphor cannot literally be true. Can't literally be true. Residential calmness renews its lease like a whispering waterfall. What does it mean? I don't know, but it's a metaphor. That's for sure. Calmness does not have a lease. And if it did have a lease cannot be a waterfall. So, metaphor. Gym sweat. Yeah, I don't know if that's psychological. At this point, I don't know. Cool. We are moving. All right, let's get to the rap. Slow metronome rap. Just try to focus on I think sometimes when I get obnoxiously slow like this, I end up double timing it. So I'm going to try to get at a reasonable pace now. Right around 69 maybe, and not get too far ahead. And let's give this one a shot for a little bit. Enemies, I like that. Let's stick with enemies to start. Okay, here we go. Yes. Starting with extremities, a slow metronome in the 70s. I'm looking for my home, these memories. Have the tension ease because they paid dividends already. My enemy was the lack of efficiency in my time spent. I'm stuck in this century. Economy might soon crash. Look at history. It happened in the 30s. Density starts with my head. Italian and Cuban. Boy, we like bread. Melodies. Ding, ding, ding. Do, re, mi. Singing as I sing, sing, sing. Charities. I'm playing games for charities who stop the excessive consumption of amphetamines. Finally got around it to it like denim jeans. All these good energies have similarities. A sort of form of therapies. In parentheses, don't need to be the main decision. It's a recipe for accessories with irregularities and devotees, disparities, the legacies and Cherokees, legacies in the teepee huts with the Cherokees got a propensity to use jealousies as a tool for relaxation. The parody of life is that indication of a dispensary for the old folk, a treasury. They get a little cold folk, celebs, with dissimilarities. Psychotherapies are like enmities. Parodies, disparities, solidarities. The Jefferies are like antenna beams. Hey, Caraces, I see El Aziz. The Fenaleve sent Hermes for men of peace. Tendencies, they focus with identities. Discrepancies, written on the top. Embassies looking as they look for a place to sit a lot. Obscenities on the 7 C's. That girl told me she couldn't get these pregnancies. That's a lie, she's got a baby, she popped out. Dependency, her style, I'm glad it's not mine now. Emphases, whoa, did I just Have a Freudian slip, destinies, the genomes, genomes, divinities. My momentum is transparency. That's the truth. Antenna is coming out my ears. Independencies. My enemy has the Senate in his back pocket. I mention these venoms for the attention needs. Apparent ease for infinities. As I spit these rhymes, I can't help but collect saliva, so I tilt my chin up like I was looking at Carolina. Me and Jeremiah start a new television program, underline the feelings that these nosemans, Himalayas and Zachariah, like MacGyver, inventing anything he needs, tools to bring himself survivors. Papaya, hot dogs, they look for these time dogs, and they have the dog tags that they wear for vagina. It's a social status, that point of survival they're deprived of. Overfly the misappliers, trying around looking for pliers. As they take these spaceships on flyers, the Messiah is the true Messiah despite of differences from cultures. They try to survive the hearsay from my man Elijah. He got assigned to the operations now. Revive Josiah as he builds his supply of archival data in the Medina Wada, comprised to the implied July, the denied as they focus on these supplies alive. Compiled another invite, I feel supplied. Applies and prescribed and denied, derived as they try to divide. Can't survive that way. I just saw Gladiator, but I keep falling asleep. I've got 30 minutes left, I keep falling asleep. What do? I might as well be like a sheep. I keep falling asleep. Wake me up in my dreams. Page, ding, ding, beam, beep. Whatever you gotta do to ride around on the coast of Costa Rica with a black Jeep. I rhyme for my peeps who want to go up to the church like a steep hill, rhyming for these deals. Instead of focusing on the finance application, they steal from us. Because that ain't a upfront deposit, it's a loan. And now one day when you're lost, you'll be all alone. You owe $2 million to a company you can't pay back because you never had that $2 million in the first place. You can't replace that. And now you're stuck trying to make all of these hit records, left uninspired, wondering why you can't make these hit records. Don't take the loan unless you're certain of the cause. And don't take the loan unless you're banked to bring it home. But I sure as hell wouldn't take a record advance. Why would I do that when I could just make music and dance with my pants? Slow, down to the metronome. I rap like a garden gnome in the dew frost. I can see that sharp blade of grass in due time. I can see the silver slivers running down the proverbial spine. The airwaves that connect one being from the next. The energy field that makes us feel less complex. It really is simple, just attuned to the right frequency. You seek in the person that you want to create a connection with. You feeling me? You understand what I'm saying? Become a beginner. Then you'll always be playing. Hey, there we go. There we go. That's not bad, right? That's not terrible. That ain't so bad. So let's hit the rhyme juggles now. Rhyme juggles. This is kind of where we get good. This is where I need to do a little bit of overtime. Rhyme expansion. I like rhyme juggling better. It's the same thing. It's just the next layer of rhyme expansion. Rhyme expansion has its purpose too. It's a little bit more concentrated. But let's squeezy feet. I want to hear squeezy feet to this. All these songs, man, I wonder what's going to make the cut. Metronome. Supposed to come 2020. And the truth is I didn't finish. That's why my goal this year is to finish. I could say it was COVID. I could say it was because I was moving. I didn't have an apartment. I was in Airbnbs. I was yada yada. I was in credit card debt. It's all excuses. The truth is, I didn't finish. Remember that. Holding myself accountable here. All right, cool. Let's rhyme juggle. Yeah. Fiddle. Fiddle poem. The little Noah. Go on. Roll. Golem. Fiddle the poem, that little golem spits, roll spits, little golem spits the folder, doldrums, fiddle, diddle, and told them, fiddle poem. Griddle on a griddle coldum. Cold on a griddle with cold duck. Fiddle poem on a griddle with cold duck. I got a fiddle poem. Cook it like a griddle with cold duck. Spindle. Gold for them. Gold guns. Fiddle poem. Riddle. In the middle of rollums, bolum, colum, antebellum, stole 'em. In the middle, he stole them. Fiddle poem, riddle, tell a riddle for no one. That's cool. Fiddle poem, riddle bone, fiddle poem, the brittle bone one, brittle bone one, the brittle bone one, fiddle poem, spittle, whittle, blow ups. Fiddle poem, triddle, griddle, brittle, priddle, piddle, middle, niddle, whittle, ziddle, diddle, griddle, jiddle, hiddle, George, kittle, blow, stodum, stardom, jodum, rodum. Kind of getting into slippery slope territory with all the them, unstressed, them, her, same thing. The Riddler, he did it to her. It's just like almost unending. At that point, you might as well cut it off. Do a subtractive rhyme. All right, fiddle poem. Instead, let's do yelp, casual. Help the padigal. Help the casual. Okay, we're gonna have to break casual down. Yelp casual. Help the jazz. Help the jazz grow. Yelp casual. Leave a review on Yelp casual. Help the jazz grow. Passion goals. It's gonna be hard. I'm gonna have to use the family rhyme. That's gonna be a fricative. V, hard TH, ZZH, I, F, soft TH, SSH, CH. Fricatives. Casual, so sh. Let's just do catch. Help casual. Yelp, smack the belt and catch the ball. Yelp casual, delp, Yelp, casual, pelp, felt, self, felt, mad, madual. He felt madual. Yelp, casual, drelp, stelp, lelp, nelp, nelp, help, brelp, delp, lelp, whelp. Yelp, casual, relp, relp, help, felt, fuck. Family rhyme. Yelp, yelt, yelled, relled, yelled. Yelp, casual, yelled, sad, duels, yelled, sad duels. I don't know what that means. Yelp, casual, belled. He belled. The pad, he fell. From which geez, that's a mouthful. That's a mouthful. Yelp, casual, brelp, abrupt, a belt, abrupt, pad, spaz, spasual. That was rough. Rigid flower, spit this hour, fidget, power, midget, is sour, pligit, implicit right to devour, explicit, nower, wower, he's an explicit wower, rigid, bidgid, budget, brigid, bridge this, mower, power, lower, gower, flower, stour, nower, bridge this now, or rigid, spidged, widget, amounter, widget counter, rigid flower, the widget counter, tracks, sails like a little bounder, like a little Bowser, rigid flower, grip this, stour, nower, dower, grip this lower, wower, vower, vow, or vow for her, rigid flower. Flower should be easy, man. Rigid spower, pigeon, grower, wower, jet, grower, hower, pigeon named Howard. Yeah, when you get to pigeon named Howard, like you're scraping the bottom of the barrel there. Scraping, scrapping, hindsight, raping the limelight, vaping with pine might. I don't know what that means. Scraping, erasing, fine, bright, white, fine whites, egg whites, scraping, chasing the limelight. Nah, that's cliche. Chasing, scraping hindsight, chasing my mind right, facing blind kites, grazing, kind plights, scraping, draping, Draping, winded, fine fights, winded, wine fights, draping wine fights, scraping hindsight. Scraping hindsight. Creating spike at your height. Well, spine height. All right, that was rough. Oh boy, I'm having the Mondays of raps right now. So all right, let's keep moving. No time to waste. How are we doing on time? All right, let's keep moving. Training wheels, rap. So just kind of want to start with this, and then we're gonna work our way to the rhyme zone. Just try to keep it acapella. I guess it'll feel more like spoken word. I'm scraping the hindsight. The way that some of these record hit makers are raping the limelight. I see a kid skateboarding. He's vaping with pine might, erasing the fine whites, defined culture we see as vultures, the next generation, chasing their minds right. But with social status and cues, I feel like we're facing some blind kites. Accepted therapy keeps grazing the kind plights with a curtain. Hide the hurting, draping these wine fights, creating a proper spine height. The raped limelight becomes a rigid flower, stiff-arming people away from the industry. Real MCs won't spit this hour. It's midnight, twitching and looking for some fidget power. And in the dressing room, they've got powder for the midget they call sour. Implicit in his right to devour. Tonight he owns the limelight, it's his hour. Explicit, they call him the wower. They used to see him as a midget, now they see him as the sickest, rhymest, dopest MC. They tell him, you better bridge this now, or we've got a widget counter to track your sales like a little browser. I've got to grip this vow for her. Hip hop, the true lucky lady. I'm hallucinating. See a pigeon named Howard. So I'll go to Yelp casual, 3 stars. It'll help the jazz grow. Smack 'em with a belt and catch the ball. Brad Delp, bossed in, past the boat. I felt mad you won't understand how the acapella rhymes flow. I yelled sad duos, Yu-Gi-Oh! Time too. He belled the pad from which he fell. Sad, that's a mouthful. Abrupt spaz, you won't, you will. Rhyme juggle, a fiddle to the poem. A little love to the golem. Some rhyme spits help us keep going through the doldrums. Diddle a little bit on the fiddle, I told him. The devil came down to Georgia on a griddle, cooked a cold duck. The fiddle poem, I spindle gold guns. Verbal, in the middle he stole them. My words, I lined them up. 1, 2, 3, left, right, center. Tell a riddle for no one. Who heard of you, Feather? The brittle boned one who just whittles these blow-ups. George Kittle, he wrote them. Oh no, I've got 4 minutes left. I gotta keep going. Like Goku. I'm switching channels on the Roku. What do? Pinball wizard. If I used to mister, now I say who? From a fork to a spork to a spoon. I take these ideas that you try to consume. I don't want training wheels anymore, sir. Just let me hit that rap. In Carolina, they're suicidal with a rival. With a rival that they can't hurt by taking themselves out of the game. But that's the mindset when you're in that place. At least that's what it was for me. Wishing for regret. To serve as revenge. A dish best served hot. When you wrap this top. Ick. My rhyme spits. I don't feel offended to be called a spick, but maybe because some people are more first gen to identify with it. I am Cuban and Italian, but my skills in Spanish have declined because they're not growing, and that's from a lack of time. Investment I've put in. I need to practice more. Yo tengo que practicar. Y entonces no quiero escuchar para siempre. Necesito escribir y hablar. Conocer a más gente que me puede crear una cultura para mi gente. Yo quiero ser cubano. Yo quiero entender. Yo quiero tener mastery over a skill set I had. Ahead of me next comes Italian. I can only say one thing. Lui mangia una mela. Lui mangia una mela. What a funny fella. Eating good fella pasta. In the prison, what did I tell you? Maybe I should do acapella rhymes more. So I could rhyme galore. Like the Fantastic Four. Final Four, March Madness. Is it happening or what? I don't know. I kind of want to Google that. It's got me stuck in a rut. Just another time to gamble excuse for these words they rebuke. But I was on the verge of saying something authentic. A 30-second delay on this tape won't let me say it. This energy and life force that I pay with my time, best well spent with some skills I can confide. Language must again become a priority, like it was when I was 22 in Hungary. There's no reason I shouldn't be a master of Spanish by now, except for the truth that I became complacent. Naughty behaviors took away my energy, my bravery to face it. I close my eyes so I can slow down and step on my pace. Instead of re-saying what I always say, I can wear a new face, a new mask. It'd be a tall task to be the greatest freestyle rapper, but I know I can do it. If I wasn't this confident, I wouldn't be Smüth. If it wasn't acapella, you could probably hear the groove, hear the rhyme and tone in my voice as I speak. Pick up the telephone. I'm rhyme juggling. And if you give a dog a bone, he sure might bite. Unless you take that doggy home, he'd be the greatest delight. But don't feed him after midnight. You know what happened to the gremlin. Haven't seen that movie in a while. I just know that these monsters are spitting. Underneath your bed, I always keep it clean and empty. 'Cause I don't want to live on a beach where my floors are sandy. Taking in the dirt of New York City, no thank you. Take your shoes off when you enter my place, please. I thank you. Or else I might have to spank you. Ice cream. On Sunday, my cheat days have become too much. So I have to take a step back. So I don't eat so much. And maybe I'll stray a little bit away from red meat this week, see if it has an effect on my stomach. My digestion peaks when I'm drinking coffee, chugging water like it's my job. An air molecule pops a little and rocks. Pop rocks, haven't had those in a while. I can hear them crackling on my tongue with a smile. Cool. I think I like that. We should keep an acapella segment, like a spoken word segment. That's good for me. That's good practice for me moving forward. Whiteboarding. All right, let's whiteboard. So, yeah, whiteboarding is just a meditation method where instead of trying to count, like a lot of times when I meditate I count, and there's a million ways to meditate. Honestly, just do what works for you. Passive meditation, active meditation, where you're saying affirmations to beat into your subconscious. Whiteboarding is more of a you're not trying to reprogram, you're just trying to practice clearance. Every time something comes into your mind, just whiteboard it, wipe it away. And that's it. Just try to keep a nice, peaceful, clean whiteboard. If you see dirt on your whiteboard, if you see black marks, just wipe them off, clean it. Visualize a nice, clean whiteboard. That's what I do. I just keep my whiteboard empty. Whiteboarding. This book, I'm going to put a link in the bio. I need to update these bios. This book is a study on the subconscious, and boy, is it incredible. I'm sure a lot of people are going to say, this is bullshit, that's bullshit. It's just talking about having a conversation with your subconscious, a relationship with your subconscious, and that the premise of it, besides talking about energy and frequency, which I love the energy field theory, the frequency theory. That helps me, And if it's true, if something works for you, then it's true. It works. Maybe not on a political level. I think the cool thing about that book is it operates on the premise that our subconscious. Let me switch the camera. The cool thing about this book is it operates on the premise that our subconscious is logical. Think about all those times you're like, man, I want to go to the gym, but what if I just watch one more episode of how it's made, and then you're watching how it's made, and then you're like, you know what? Let me just have some chips. They're veggie chips, and you eat your veggie chips, and then you eat them with hummus, and then this and that and that, and then next thing you know, it's like 3 o'clock. But if I go to the gym now, blah, 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 blah. So then you spend the day watching TV, playing video games, jerking off, whatever you're doing. I have plenty of days like that. Actually, I haven't jerked off in, I'll tell you right now, I've got a counter. 115 days. So, I'm not doing the no fap. Not doing that. I'll still, go live your sex life, do what you want. It's just not. I'm not doing the semen retention, the no semen retention. I am doing the no fap. So go live a normal, healthy sex life. That's fun, fair, dandy, and then just don't fuck yourself. Off subject to that point of the subconscious. So the book states that although we always think our subconscious is the emotional one and our conscious mind has to be logical to control it, that book states the opposite. It says, what if our subconscious was purely logical and it only does things that it genuinely believes is in our best interest? So if you eat chips instead of going to the gym, your subconscious made a logical conclusion. And if anybody's ever taken a philosophy class, especially in reasoning, your subconscious made a logical conclusion to eat chips instead of going to the gym. Why? Exactly. How did it logically get to that reasoning? Everyone knows the gym is better for you than sitting home and eating chips. So how did your subconscious get to that? So you have to break down the premises that led for you to get there. And then when you start really evaluating, you realize the premise is that you genuinely believe I'm fat, my mom was fat, my dad was fat. My mom always told me growing up, son, you're going to be fat just like us. We're just fat people. It's in your genes. So I didn't even think about it, but for 42 years of my life, I've been visualizing that I'm fat. And I have a legitimate belief buried in my mind that I am fat. And I'm going to be fat no matter what I do. So my subconscious isn't trying to hurt me by saying eat these chips. It's just doing what it thinks is logical. Why go to the gym? I can't change my body anyway. So just enjoy yourself. Relax, take it easy. You've worked hard. You see, our subconscious is doing what thinks it's best for us. But our conscious has to be like the teacher. You have to be like a parent, self-parent. So it's a really awesome book. I suggest it. I don't know how we got into jerking off from that, but yeah, I suggest it. Really, 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 really powerful stuff when you think about it. Because then you have to go back and realize anytime that you have a fear of something. If you have a fear, I've put in a lot of work in the past 2 weeks to my fear of conquering my fear of approaching women. Terrified. My whole life, terrified of approaching women. I mean, if a woman made direct eye contact with me, one of those. I'm talking about a stranger. I'm not talking about a chick in class. I mean that too, right? But if I'm in a dynamic with people and I'm in a group setting, I'm good. I'm money. But I'm just talking about there's a stranger. And I started doing all of these games and tricks and techniques to go up and just face that fear. It's not even about chasing ass. It's not even about getting women, spending time on women. All my time's going into real estate and music right now and branding, live stream and all that. So I really don't have time to be chasing ass. It's just about conquering my fear. That's it. And building that confidence that I can face myself. I have a fear of rapping in public, which this live stream is conquering. And I hope that by doing this, I can get better and stronger. And I can go out and then perform. And ideally, I'm just in there improv rapping with people. And it could be even with moms and little kids. It doesn't have to be so serious, talking about depression and this and that. It could just be rapping about someone's shoes. Hope you watch Blue's Clues. What games did I lose? Whatever silly stuff that is. So a lot of cool stuff, man. That book is incredible. I read it. I'm going to have to go back and this weekend or next weekend. I'm going to have to take diligent notes. I bookmarked all the pages. I'm going to have to take notes that I can remember. Because you could learn something and you can do everything in your power to understand that. And yeah, that's great. And you can break down these limiting beliefs. I have a fear of approaching women. Okay, so what is my fear? My fear is that they're not going to think I'm cool enough or I'm hot enough, or they're going to reject me and blow me out, and then everybody's going to laugh at me. Everybody's going to laugh at me. Let's say that's my limiting belief, all right? Everybody's going to laugh at me. So you can break that down, right? And now let's say you keep telling yourself, so if they laugh at me, they laugh at me. I don't care. Let them laugh at me. 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 I don't care. Let them laugh at me. And you say that through affirmations. You just keep repeating it. So you break that down. Good. And my mistake is I stop there. So I'll break it down. Then I go out and I approach a bunch of women. That's cool. That's great. But then what happens? What happens is, because I didn't reprogram a new belief, which is I love making myself uncomfortable. I love putting myself in uncomfortable situations. Something like that. Let's say I want that to be my new belief. I love making myself uncomfortable. I love throwing myself in the deep end and figuring out how I'm going to survive. I love throwing myself in the deep end and figuring out how to swim. I love throwing myself in the deep end and figuring out how to swim. And then you have to say that and reprogram. It's kind of like, look at the Middle East. You can't just go in, blow up the fucking Middle East, and then say peace, and then, leave. If you create a void, a vacuum, it needs to be filled, or else you have a void. And when that void has nothing to fill it, it's going to go back to the way it was. It's going to return to that original form, just in a modified manner. So same thing with habits, understand the limiting belief, deconstruct the limiting belief. And the part where I've missed, I've just failed, but now I see, is you have to reprogram a new belief to take place. So, all right, getting off topic. Let's rap, baby. Oh, we're whiteboarding. All right. You know what? We might skip the whiteboarding. No, let's do it. Come on. All right. So we're just going to meditate and keep it calm, cool, relaxed. Just visualize a nice whiteboard. It's okay if anything gets on it, It's a little dirty, that's all right. Just keep it clean. My whiteboard's got some smudges on the bottom. was perfect. Beautiful. Perfect. Yo. Everybody, I want to thank y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in so far. We're about to hit the Improv Rap. I want to say shout out to my higher power. Thank you, God, Lord, Savior, Jesus Christ. Thank you. Appreciate being in this position, man. I'm just grateful, extremely grateful. This is incredible. This is the 7th live stream. It's my 2nd week in a row. It's just awesome. This is really, really, really cool, and I'm grateful. I'm in a good place. I got good people around me. I'm building up from scratch again, and I'm happy to finish. I'm just figuring out the little things. You know, I could do some things. I could do a lot of things better, but I'm getting there. I'm just slowly figuring it out. So thank you to God, man. I mean, I feel it. Me and my subconscious. On some things, we're not on the same page. Music and in art, we are on the same page. I feel it, man. I feel myself on the stage. I feel myself being the hip-hop avatar. I can see myself with the crowd. Sometimes there are some things like, do I vision myself, you know, being, you know, whatever. I do have some blockage I need to work through. I do have some limiting beliefs, a lot of limiting beliefs I need to work through. But music is just the one thing I genuinely don't have a limiting belief about. It, from my core, whole and whole, I feel it. I feel tremendous peace in my life because of that. Because I know now I'm moving in the right direction. So thank you, God, and I appreciate everybody listening. All right, baby. Let's do it. What are we going to rap to today? Not Squeezy Feet. What are we going to rap today? Train Skunk? Train Skunk isn't... Oh, man, some of these just aren't rappable. How's Todd's Revenge? That's a little boring. I remember that. Turn the highs down. That's 10 minutes. All right. And I'm going to have to put in some more work tomorrow building these instrumentals. But, all right. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Here we go. Improv Rap, baby.
Hey, you little bitch boy. You answer when I call you, damn it.
Smooth. Yo, microphone check. Yeah, smooth, yeah. Yeah, smooth, When the beat kicks in, I can hear another flavor. Turn up the highs for the rhyme saviors. Jesus Christ, the Lord and Savior. He ain't the true player. I am the ill rhyme slayer. I'm never bullish, just a bear. On the negativity, I'd stare. In my mind, I look for my own design. Plant a thought, I try to build it up like a plant. Give water to the seed, let it come to fruition. Focus on what I need. Good energy and people around, yo. I'm looking for the different type of clown in the sad town, yo. And they're pulling up their gowns looking for a little bit of attention. I need a conversation with a new convention. A card playing, card trading convention. Paint the fence like Huckleberry Finn. I got my rhymes so I can hold the direction I'm speaking in. Just understanding a little bit more as I focus on this manure that they put out on the radio. Negativity getting stuck in the earwaves. It becomes an earworm. Then it turns into a little burn. That's my man Colin Campbell on the voicemail. Yeah, my college roommate and a very good friend. We can kick it back, talk on the phone like it's nothing. And I can now rhyme on like I'm something till I grow stronger and more competent. I'm flipping myself like a pancake on the skillet and oven. On the Skittle rainbows, I never feel it. Piddle it, riddle it. Can't riddle me now. I am like a brown cow. You turn around saying how? Bob Dylan with these confusing lyrics. Kanye meets Bob Dylan with Tourette's. That's myself, I can put it in an image. Kanye meets Bob Dylan with Tourette's. Get a pop filter on this mic, I'll order it off Amazon. Maybe if I do it tonight, it'll come in quick. Then I get my rhyme stick, my shtick, like the Jewish people say. Is Jews offensive to say Jews if it's not in a historical context just to say Jews? I do say it when I say Hasidic Jews. Well, I don't know about you, but they haven't given me a clue on what to do. New Orleans, second line. I am second in line. I am not defied by the New Orleans on the same team. A laser beam shoots off like the JBL speakers as they bang. My neighbors know too well. They're knocking on my door saying, please stop the bullshit. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, I don't know what to say, but we're having a little party. Do it my way, huh? Frank Sinatra. He rhymes till the popcorn becomes the pizza on top of ya. Frank Sinatra. Trey, the tra. Frank Sinatra, it's like blind trust. An additive rhyme works well, I suspect I must focus how to continue this going forward. And I speak my new sentence. I might have found a new place for the rhyme stand. Yeah, like this, like this, like that. I focus on what I say as I speak as I rap. Like this, like this, like that. I focus on what I have to say. I speak as I rap. I added one more thing to the stream today. I put a visual filter on the video capturing. So I hope it bang, bang, bangarang goes up in quality. The pollen spreads like the bee, goes up in quality. I know too well the hotels, the hostels they place for me. I might just go to Costa Rica, take my baby fund emergency money, spend it on an experience like I want to do with this helicopter tour. Buy a helicopter for 2, go out on the streets, find somebody and say, well, what are you doing right now? Let's go out in the airwaves, the space. I'm looking for something to say. Smüth never speaks too much, but sometimes Smüth just speaks too much. I'll rhyme till I say enough. I'll rhyme till my games never feel complacent. I have this cool ear piercing. I'm thinking about getting a bar right here. It would look sick. I wanted one in my right ear, but they said we can't do that for you yet. You don't have the anatomy. It won't fit. I said, hey, well, I know you've seen my right ear if you look so close, but what about this one? Hey, that's right. Mismatching ears the only time that came in and not to my flight or my plight. I used to think that it would be a bigger plight, but it surely has not. I can rhyme like a robot. I forgot to use a chorus. Oh no. And shout out Harry Mack. I finally remember that. Oh. Yo, out of tune. Rapping with you. Out of tune, Harry Mack. I'm coming for you. Out of tune. Change the key maybe. Out of tune, Harry Mack. I'm rapping for you. Auto-tune, Harry Mack rapping for you. Hey, hey, hey. Auto-tune, Harry Mack rap with you. I'm coming for you. Y'all, what are you gonna do? Auto-tune, Harry Mack rap for you. Ah, ha, 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 ha. T-Pain, I rap like Travis Scott. I rap a lot, hey. That's just some good fun. Auto-tune, the best sort of training wheels you might ever see. I put it on the rest, y'all can't rap with me. On the highway, there's only one way, and that's to go by flying. I see these old Chinese women collecting the trash bottles, plastic. They're so ecstatic for a chance to create static, friction between their hands. They're missing a little bit of money, so they do what it takes. And I only got one thing to say, the respect that comes with that place. You put yourself in position to succeed, sure enough, it's gonna come as you see. You reap what you sow what you know. Knowledge comes in all forms, I give what I grow. I put it back in my own farm, my garden, that I come when I feel the alarm bells ringing. Accept the squats as I was singing. Today, going through the legs. Not sore enough. Maybe my push-up regime will get me back to the place I need to be. How can I expand my rhymes like the focus right? I poke thus night. Focus right, I hope this is nice. I poke my rights. Invoke my rights, focus right, I invoke my rights. Mosaic rhymes gonna keep me on a new plane that y'all feel is still the same. I don't understand how these games they berate. That's a rhyme I haven't used in a while. I'm not juvenile, I'm just trying to hold my frame. Masculine, AMS is what he says. Also says to focus on that purpose. That purpose, y'all know what I say, man. I need to create a schedule for this mixtape so I can have a deadline to follow what I say. And focus on the bang, bang, boom, boom sounds. Never bummer, always happy, major key. It's time for the summer. Slide Calvin Harris, making bang, boom bombs that everybody dances with. Today I was DJing in Domino Park, freestyling, rapping, doing my part. I have to create a cardboard sign that says practice so people know exactly what I'm after. And they get the message that comes from me. My voice will become surgery and hope for those who seek a stronger vision. I put it on my peak. These own live streams, y'all don't even want to play games with me. I'm learning how to juggle the struggle, it speaks parts. I put it in the back, the puzzle, it comes for part. I put it on my muzzle, I speak, I just hit that rhyme and crash off the edge of the road. It's okay, I know where I'm going. The boat comes as I rhyme so slow. 1 minute left. I do it on my freestyle, I put it to the test. What am I gonna eat tonight? Maybe a little bit more meat? Geez, I need to drink more water. Tommy, I go, ego, he goes where I go. I don't know. Thank you to my man Kanye for inspiring me with a form of production I never saw. Hey, I put it like a seesaw. Hey, I still need to record my Instagram rap after this. Yo, make your parents mad at this. When I lift up that cover, they don't like it too much. I bought a Playboy. I felt like an 80s kid chasing that landing strip. Play it back if you missed it. My rhymes are sad and sadistic, and I keep a smile on my face when I rap about these devils' work. Put it in the work so these girls can twerk at the club to the music they don't hear going up. Hey, this beat's so nice. It keeps me rhyming, I can speak that nice, yo. There we go, 10 minutes. Rap, hey. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you. Y'all are the smooth ones, man. I appreciate you. Another episode logged in. Cool. I want y'all to have a good night. Got some more work to do. A lot of work to do. A lot of stuff to catch up. I have like 7 clips that are drafts right now. And I'm realizing my Facebook. Gotta stop saying I gotta realize my Facebook is just here's my live stream tonight. Here's my live stream tonight. Here's my live stream tonight, which is good, but that's the minimum I should be doing. Same thing with my Instagram. Here's my improv for the night. Here's my improv for the night. Minimum I should be doing. It needs to be more. It's the only way we're going to succeed. It needs to be more. So thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. Stay smooth. Take it easy. Be kind to yourself.